Hey everyone, please do us a favor and click the link in the description right now. This is going to allow you to financially support the Luke Pipala Show. For just 99 cents per month, you can help us grow
Starting
and expand starting at 99 cents per month, you can help us grow and expand the show in a bunch of different ways.
Please. We are broke.
But we're not going to be broke after you, so you can do more than 99 cents per month, or you can just do 99 cents per month. But starting at 99 cents per month, you could help us grow this show into something that we would all love it to be. Have a good one. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Luke Pipala Show with Shide. We
105?
have 105. We have another one, folks. We're just going to start off with that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. I'm not going to lie, I stayed up to watch it, and it is one of the biggest mistakes of my life, and I've been arrested before. It was terrible. I was looking forward to it for the whole week, right? Me, my fiance, even my parents were watching it.
There
right?
were a lot of people. It was very popular.
Yeah.
There were so many people that were like just couldn't wait to watch it, which I think probably because like your parents, my parents, like everybody knows who Mike Tyson is, and everybody probably like those are the people that grew up. That's the generation that grew up with Mike Tyson in boxing.
Mm-hmm. And we were all rooting for Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the thing. Nobody wanted Jake Paul to win, right? Me and my fiance, we're at dinner before the fight, and we're like, dude, there's no way that Jake Paul could last. She's like wishing death on Jake Paul.
Oh my God.
Not really. But she's saying like one hit and he's done.
I mean,
she's
that's
like, he's going to drop him.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Mike Tyson. If he lands flush with anybody, I mean, you would think that they're just fucking gone. But at the end of the day, Mike Tyson is 60 years old.
Well, he's 50. Yeah, basically 60. But when we were watching the fight, obviously Mike Tyson lost. But it was completely different from like any training videos that I've seen from Mike Tyson.
Right.
And we'll play one in a second.
He seemed slower. He seemed off. Like he was not comfortable.
He didn't have any balance either.
No.
He kept biting his glove. And Jake Paul, to his credit too, like he wasn't attacking. So a lot of people feel like it was fake. It was fixed in some way. But I'm not sure. I don't know, because it's like if Mike Tyson gets his ass beat, that's terrible for his career. If Jake Paul drops him, internet's gonna hate him, but then also if Tyson drops Jake Paul, it's gonna be like this big, done forever. So I kind of feel like there was like a backdoor deal, and kind of just like they both agreed to go easy.
Right. I mean, I know it's probably not on the slate, but did you see that guy who was at like the presser for this fight and asked Jake Paul like the next time or when he's gonna stop taking like these fake fights, you know, and stuff and. Like I think he called it a gimmick fight,
and that's basically
and Mike
what it
Tyson was like, "Oh, you think I'm a gimmick?" Blah blah blah, and they were going through it, and it's just like, no matter where you like Jake, no matter what, like you know that you're putting this on for money, like you know that you get actually no advancement
exactly
in your age, weight, whatever boxing goes for fighting a fucking 60-year-old man.
Exactly, and like I mentioned before, right? It was a waste. By the way, Mike Tyson was kind of off balance the whole time, right? It was weird because like the first 2 rounds, he was kind of doing some, landed a couple punches, and then after that, he was for whatever the reason completely off. So okay, this is him, and I believe this is like 5 months ago when he was training to fight Jake Paul, and he looks completely different. So we're gonna play it for you guys, and we'll let you guys be the judge. But look at this, man. This is interesting. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah. He's quick.
And he has like a sense of gravity to him.
Right.
He's not off balance at all. Look at that.
There's probably a lot of adrenaline going on.
Yeah, but
Like during the fight.
But you think that like he would show up like this.
Right.
And so, okay, I don't know. So there's a bunch of things that we could point to, right? Well, here's Mike Tyson after the fight. And so this is a tweet from him, and it kind of explains why, like, everything happened. Because, you know, he had that health scare a couple months ago. And I think that was before the health scare. So he goes right here, "This is one of those situations when you lost but still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in the ring one last time. I almost died in June, had 8 blood transfusions, lost half my blood and 25 pounds in the hospital, and had to fight to get healthy to fight, so I won. To have my children see me stand toe-to-toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter half my age in front of a packed Dallas Cowboys stadium is an experience that no man has the right to ask for. Thank you." And I mean, you know what? In that respect, bro, in that respect, he won. No question about it. In that respect, he won. Jake Paul, right? Obviously, he won the fight. But some people were talking shit, including Conor McGregor was talking shit after the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. So Conor McGregor said whatever he said, and Jake Paul directly responded on Twitter. He said, "Dear Conor, I know you told my team you would fight me at 170 pounds. That's never happening. But let's run it to MMA. No weight class, just like how it used to be done. But you won't." That's crazy.
I don't think that. I mean,
do you think? Okay, now we'll segment. We'll segment away. We'll go away to this topic then. Do you think that Jake Paul and Mike and Conor McGregor would happen in MMA?
I don't. I don't. But I also don't know the extent of like Jake Paul's MMA training. But like it's just. I don't know, asinine to me that we're still, like, he's just doing internet fights. Like, that's all this is like, that would just be another huge fight that you get to fucking promote and do millions and millions of dollars, and I get it, but it's like, he had one real boxing fight with someone his age and his weight, and he lost. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know what more to say. Like, do I think that he should waste his prime? Because he's in his prime right now.
Yeah.
You know, do I think that he should waste his prime on another quote-unquote gimmick fight? I mean, yeah, it might not be fake, but it would still be gimmicky. You know, you're just putting two huge names in doing a fight, you know? So it...
But, like, what is a prime for him? Like, what's the reason that he's doing all this? He likes to fight. To his credit, he dedicated the past 4 years of his life to strictly boxing. So I have no doubts. He's an athletic guy too. I have no doubts that he could do it if he wanted to, but it would take.
I just mean like waste. When I mean by like wasting his prime, like he should be in his prime fighting other boxers that are in their prime, like moving up in his weight class. Go win a belt. Go do something like that. You're just going to continue to put on fucking boxing fights on Netflix. And
I just think it was interesting too because like he's only fought like these internet guys. Like he fought Nate Robinson, I think was his first one, and he fought Nick Diaz too. Was it Nick Diaz?
Yeah,
one of the Diaz's.
No, I think
was it Nate?
I don't know that he did. Yeah, it might have been Nate.
Maybe it was Nate.
Yeah, Nick Diaz is older. I think it was Nate.
But nevertheless, like I don't know. I feel like we call Kamala Harris a chameleon, and I don't know if Jake Paul is necessarily a chameleon.
I mean, he did vote for Trump, so I mean, that's just...
but like I think you see him. Obviously, he's not bad at boxing, and so I think if he put enough time and effort into it, I think he could do decent. So we'll see. I don't know if he fights McGregor in MMA. In the UFC or whatever it would be, it probably wouldn't be a UFC sanctioned fight.
No, it wouldn't.
But that'd
be
very interesting.
In either of them, they would just go off and do it on their own and do a pay-per-view or do another thing on Netflix or something like that. But ultimately, like the reason that I'm talking shit on it is because we're about to get into UFC 309, where Michael Chandler was supposed to be fighting Conor McGregor. McGregor got injured, so Conor McGregor, the fight was filled by Charles Oliveira. Oliveira beat Michael Chandler, but anyways, McGregor is supposed to fight next year.
Really?
But again, we're just taking away from.
That's the thing.
We would then be taking McGregor away from UFC, where he's wanting, or he should be wanting, to come back and do whatever, and he's not. But he's going to go take a fight against Jake Paul, and that would be his first fight back.
I just think it's so crazy because there was the whole controversy with like, is Conor McGregor on steroids to heal faster? And it obviously appeared to be yes.
He was 100%.
He was definitely on steroids.
He was 100% on steroids.
And it's like now his talk is more than the fight itself. You know what I mean? Like he's not necessarily a fighter anymore. He's more like just an internet person.
I mean, I'm sure he would beat the fuck out of me, dog.
Like, but we're just being like critical as him, like the athlete.
Right. Well, because he hasn't done anything athletic. He was on, so backstory, because I know you don't watch UFC, but like,
talk to me.
He did the Dana White Contender Series. So it's like all these rookies or past athletes, and they get split up into two teams. It's like a reality show, but it's for UFC. And the two teams were Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor. And so like their team fights each other, but then ultimately, like later on in the year after the season's over, Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor were supposed to fight. And then obviously it didn't happen. There was a bunch of hush about it because this fight was going crazy. Or no, I apologize. I misspoke. They were not supposed to fight tonight. I want to say they were supposed to fight in October or September, or something in the past.
But I mean, I follow it too, and it's like not as much as you obviously.
Right.
But Conor McGregor, because he's such a famous person, he's such a draw. You see, he's going to fight, so-and-so in this date, and then it gets pushed back.
Right.
And I feel like that's the trend. I don't even know if he fights in the UFC again, to be honest with you.
I don't know either. But I don't know. He's made such a name for himself that like he would simply have to do it to stroke his ego, because it's not like he would need to do it for a financial gain.
Yeah,
you know.
But okay,
speaking of financial gains,
and speaking of the UFC, so Donald Trump is our 47th president. How about that? That doesn't feel real, but he's back.
It feels great.
But he's back. So technically, he's still President-elect Trump. But last night, so when you guys see this 2 nights ago, at the UFC, Donald Trump arrived to the UFC 309 at Madison Square Garden, right? And who did he bring? Elon Musk, RFK Jr., Kid Rock, Speaker Mike Johnson, Dana White. I don't know why Mike Johnson was there, by the way. He does not fit at all. I think he's kind of a neocon. Yeah. But whatever. That's fine. So look, here's a video.
Just to be like maybe that bipartisan.
Maybe.
Know.
But not even, because he's a Republican. But I don't know. Maybe they're hanging out, and that's good. I like Mike Johnson for this.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. He's fine. But anyway, here's that video.
Dude, so a little backstory pauses, because I was watching this from my bed.
Okay.
This was right before it turned to the paid pay-per-view, so they showed this on live TV.
Oh, wow.
And, dude, I was watching it in bed, goosebumps.
Dude, look at this squad.
Dude, goosebumps.
Look at this squad. Let's play this. Look at this. Come on.
Look at all this. Is great.
And so
that was great. And it continued.
And it did continue.
It continued.
Obviously, if a couple of these videos play, this one will play. But obviously, John Jones won, which is awesome. That's exciting.
Dude.
We're going to go to his post-game speech when Joe Rogan interviews him, and then we'll talk about everything else.
So after he TKO'd fuck, why am I
forget who it was.
No, I know who it was. Miocic. Stipe. He's actually from Cleveland. Did you know that?
John Jones.
No. Stipe, the guy he was fighting. Yeah.
No, I had no clue.
Yeah. So, anyways, after he knocked out Stipe, he walks out and then he just starts doing the Trump dance.
Actually, I did
it was
see that.
It was electric. But this was even better.
What I want to focus on real quick is John Jones' post-game speech or post-fight speech when Joe Rogan interviewed him. Dude, I thought, what a great speech. So we'll play this for you guys also. And yeah, man, I feel like a patriotic American after watching this.
I'm sure. I also want to say a big thank you to President Donald Trump for being here tonight. Can I get a Hey, what do you guys think about my version of the Donald Trump? Check it out.
There it is. There it is.
He did it right after the knockout, too.
USA, let's go.
Haters will say it's fake.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be a great American champion. I'm proud to be a Christian American champion.
That's great. Sure. Okay, so
this is the pound for pound best fighter in the UFC.
Oh, probably in the world.
Yeah, bringing unity by way of Donald J. Trump.
And it's just so crazy that this is happening because think a year ago, right? Think 2 years ago. People were saying, is Donald Trump even gonna be able to run?
Right.
Because he was being taken off the ballot in places like Michigan, and I think Colorado was the first one.
Yes.
But it's just so crazy how everything has changed. So I'm really excited to see what happens. And also, too, after John Jones gave that victory, that victory speech, something else happened too. So John Jones ends up giving his belt that he just won to Trump, and Trump was smiling, grinning ear to ear. It is just so crazy now, real quick, how all of the mainstream media, or not even mainstream media, but a lot of mainstream celebrities have all of a sudden come out of the woodwork to support Trump.
Right. Just to say congratulations.
Exactly. Regardless of what they work for, what industry they're in, Hollywood, a lot of celebrities coming out and supporting Trump. So it is just so crazy. But here's John Jones literally giving his belt to Trump after he won.
Tonight it is all about
Look at that, dude. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. That's so cool.
If that doesn't make you giddy, I don't know what.
That's so cool.
Have realized the most success in the UFC. And the greatest American
that is so cool.
I love that.
That's so cool. And so to kind of break off from that and just finish that topic off, I'm so happy that Trump won. I am so happy that Trump won,
Yeah,
and hopefully hopefully our country is going to get to a better place.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, it's just so cool. I get goosebumps watching that personally.
I get goosebumps watching like those. Have you seen like the hype tapes for Trump? Like when it's like 45, 47.
He actually posted a couple.
I know. Like, well, the day we should have fucking reacted to the video.
I mean, we still can.
That he posted the day before election or on election day. Something like that.
That's too far,
dude. It's just
But I've seen it.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, it's way too far. But I'm just saying, like, we should have. But like, dude, oh my god, it was fucking. It's electric and it gives me chills. And quite frankly, like, if I don't understand like the constant hatred still, because obviously, like, yeah, there would be disdain if Kamala Harris, like, we wouldn't be exactly thrilled if Kamala Harris was elected, but at the end of the day, we would still hope for the best from that candidate, hope that person, does make America a great place to be.
Yeah, I agree. It's just,
but what I'm saying is like now there's just so much hate still for Donald Trump.
It's just so crazy that it lasted this long, and people like The View, for example, who we'll talk about in a second, but people like on The View, MSNBC, Jen Psaki even, which is kind of fascinating. Everybody is just hating on him still, calling him Hitler, and it's like he wasn't Hitler when he was in there the first time.
Right.
And so that's very interesting. Folks, we're kind of waiting on these videos to load here, but we'll just talk about it. So Whoopi Goldberg, speaking of The View, Whoopi Goldberg says that she is going on a sex strike.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yes, and it is because Trump won.
Yeah.
Bro,
Whoopi
was having sex.
Who's fucking Whoopi Goldberg?
I don't know. I don't know of anybody that was.
Who's fucking Whoopi? Number one,
you made a pass at Whoopi Goldberg actually last week. Remember, he was talking about her breasts.
Oh, was I?
Yeah, you were. You said actually you wanted her to whip them out.
I mean, she probably got the milkers, but like, let's be real here. Like Whoopi Goldberg. Number one, who watches The View? Who watches The View? I'm still trying to figure out who watches The View. Number two, who's fucking Whoopi Goldberg? She's going on a sex strike.
Me personally, I thought she was a lesbian.
Bro,
I didn't think that she was straight.
I don't... Is she actually straight?
Yeah, she's straight as hell. She's
Really?
had like 3 husbands, I think.
Oh, that checks out.
But she's legit threatening to go on a sex strike, saying, if we don't let you, you don't get any. It's that simple. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what? It's just so great. And we might not even play the video. We're just reading it off here. It's just so crazy that, like, the worst looking people, the worst looking women, and the worst women in terms of their personality, like the most
you mean
obnoxious,
the liberal women?
Yeah, the most obnoxious women are the ones that are saying you can't have sex with. Like, nobody was asking.
Dude, I've been
Nobody
watching.
was asking.
I've been watching Whoopi Goldberg, and like it's been for a while that you pay attention to The View, like through clips and stuff. But ultimately, I've been paying attention to Whoopi Goldberg these last couple months of like the election cycle and everything like that. Like, dude, I like every time she speaks.
It's
the
bad,
hair on my
dude.
neck, the hair on the back of my neck stands up. Like, I can't stand her.
It's bad.
I can't stand her. So who's fucking Whoopi Gold? I want names.
Oh boy.
Who's fucking Whoopi Goldberg?
I mean, not us. I just don't understand. So we probably won't even play the clip. But yeah, dude, it's not something that RFK wouldn't be happy with Whoopi Goldberg.
You don't think so? Do you think Whoopi Do you think
Whoopi, you have to stop eating the preservatives in the food. Whoopi, are you drinking a Diet Coke? When my father was running for the Senate, when my uncle was the president of the United States, Whoopi, nobody was as fat as you, Whoopi. Please get off the Diet Coke. Please stop putting that into your mouth. You're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. Can't you see? We're going to take the fluoride out of the water. We're going to take the preservatives out of the food, Whoopi.
Oh, God damn it. Say, Whoopi, you shouldn't be going on a sex strike. You should be going on a food strike.
Stop opening your mouth, Whoopi. Spread your legs. Close your mouth.
Fuck Whoopi Goldberg, dude.
We're not getting that video.
Oh, Whoopi Goldberg sucks. Quite frankly, do you want to pause this and then this is where we'll put in This is where we'll put in the edit.
Yeah, that's fine. We could do that.
And then you can go play.
Do the thing,
you can go out there and connect so that it'll load. Because the rest of the episode will be shot if we don't have clips.
All right, fellas. We'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back. But yeah, folks. So we actually got that clip. So I'm going to re-summarize it for you. Whoopi Goldberg, she threatened to go on a sex strike because Trump won. And, yeah, this is pretty outlandish stuff considering that she looks awful.
Considering we thought she was a lesbian up until this point.
we thought she was a lesbian. And she's threatening to have a sex strike with men. So here we go. Here's the clip, and then we'll talk about it ad nauseum for a little bit.
This.
We all came.
I dare. Yeah, you didn't get here by yourself, man. You can't do this without us. Yeah. And if we don't let you, you don't get any.
Oh.
It's that simple.
It's that simple. Wow.
Whoopi.
All right, so Whoopi Goldberg is threatening the sex strike, and RFK had something to say about it. So yeah, that's crazy. So that's what happened. So Whoopi Goldberg threatened to go on a sex strike. Anyway, we're gonna go back.
We could,
we're gonna go back. So Donald Trump went back to the White House last week.
Yeah, he did.
This was to meet with.
Good to be home. It's good to be home.
Donald, we have to cleanse the White House of all the sins of the Biden administration.
Start in the bedroom. I heard he shit everywhere.
Donald has had a Diet Coke in your hand. You know what we're gonna do to Diet Coke?
Leave me alone, Bobby. You pick on me, Bobby. You're out of a job.
Donald,
Bobby.
You're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. Don't you see all the preservatives and the high fructose corn syrup in your Diet Coke? We're gonna get rid of it, Donald. You have to drink water.
Oh,
I work out 10 times a day and I fuck my wife 7. Donald, please stop drinking the Diet Coke.
So he went to the White House.
And he met with our current president. Do you remember him? His name is Joseph Robinette Biden. Anyway, and so Joseph Robinette Biden
has never been happier.
Grinned ear to ear. All that stress, dude, all that stress is gone.
Adolf Hitler was supposed to be taking over.
Which, by the way,
and
here's the thing. Why are you going... You call somebody Hitler for the past 3 months.
Right. Again,
and
9 million Jews.
Whatever. You call somebody Hitler for the past 3 or so months, and yet Hitler, the guy that you call Hitler, wins, and now you're sitting down at the White House, reporters shaking hands, smiling, and look, fireplace.
Dude,
look at the fireplace.
Dude, not to interrupt this video, but...
Look at this, dude.
Matt Walsh said that fire was way too big.
Yeah.
He goes, there's a fucking bonfire in the middle of the White House.
Guys.
It's huge, dude.
He was Hitler last week. Yeah. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck? The amount of gaslighting. What the I thought he was Hitler. Joe Biden is smiling ear to ear.
Did somebody say gas?
Ear to ear.
Yeah.
Look at this, dude. Look at this.
But he goes from smiling to then confused. Like he goes and he moves so like he's analyzing.
It's really bad,
dude. It's rough.
But Trump is back in his rightful place. Dude.
Yeah, he's home.
Good for him. We're not gonna play this whole thing.
He's home.
But it's like you called this guy Hitler for the past 3 months at least, and it didn't fucking work. It didn't fucking work.
Right.
And look, okay, everybody thinks it's just business as usual now, but. Meanwhile, Trump made a lot of his cabinet picks, most of his cabinet picks, in the past week.
Yeah,
and we're going to talk
firing on all cylinders.
We're going to talk about every one. There's a lot that I really like. There's a lot that I really don't like.
Yeah,
but we're just going to get down to it.
And I think that's what makes us that not complete full-blown Trumpers
no.
and be like, oh, daddy, what?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not a Republican per se. I like to call... I don't know what I am, dude. But
a feminist.
I
You're a feminist. It's okay.
But I'm a big fan of Trump. Anyway, so we're going to talk about it. And number 1 on the list, the third most powerful person besides Trump and J.D. Vance. I really don't like this one. I'm going to tell you why right now. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. So Republican Florida Senator Marco Rubio is seen as a foreign policy hawk who is tough on China and Iran. His selection to serve as Trump's top diplomat completes a drastic turnaround from 2016 when the two fierce rivals in the GOP presidential primary, they were going at it. Rubio was also in consideration for Trump's running mate this year before he selected J.D. Vance. Thank God he didn't.
Right.
So here's why I don't like the move. I think Marco Rubio is a war hawk. Not only that, but Donald Trump actually called out Marco Rubio for taking lobbyist money. This was in 2015, so Donald Trump says right here, Sheldon Adelson is looking to give big dollars to Rubio because he feels he can mold him into his perfect little puppet. I agree. This is in 2015. So flash forward to 2024, Trump took $100 million from Miriam Adelson, and all of a sudden he makes Marco Rubio the Secretary of State. Is that not a little bit fishy? Do you think that's a little bit weird? He said Marco Rubio was basically the pawn of lobbyists, and yet he takes $100 million from said lobbyists, and all of a sudden Rubio is the Secretary of State. That's a little bit weird. Another reason is because I feel like Marco Rubio is going to have Israel's best interests at heart more so than the United States.
Right.
I think.
Like I said, we traded the Cheneys and we got Rubio.
Yeah.
You know.
But here's the thing. So then we have this. Attorney General Matt Gaetz. So the current Attorney General now is Merrick Garland. Obviously, Trump has been persecuted. He's been the target of political whatever. He's been
persecuted, like you said. I mean, he's been ridiculed, and there have trumped up charges. I mean, everything that's came up against him. But I mean, honestly, we're 0 for 2 right now. I think we both are against Rubio, and we're both against Gaetz. I mean, there's a lot to unpack with that selection too.
And we'll talk about it right now. So real quick. Just reelected to a 5th term representing Florida in the House, Matt Gaetz is known for his bombastic style and is a loyal congressional ally of Trump, who himself was the subject of a Justice Department investigation. When naming Gaetz as his pick to lead the department, Trump said he would end weaponized government, protect our borders, dismantle criminal organizations, and restore Americans' badly shattered faith and confidence in the Justice Department. Wow, sorry. My voice cracked over there. So here's the thing with Matt Gaetz. He has a lot of baggage.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of baggage because he allegedly was sleeping with a minor. There's just no nice way to put it. So right here, this is another article from The Hill. This is from 2024, but it's just kind of summarizing everything that happened with Matt Gaetz and his baggage. So a woman told House Ethics Committee she saw Gaetz having sex with a minor at party, says her lawyer. We're going to go down. This is his baggage. This is what he allegedly did. A woman told the Ethics Committee that she saw former Representative Matt Gaetz having sex with a minor at a party in Florida. Florida Attorney General Joel Leppard confirmed to The Hill on Saturday. As the Senate considers former Rep. Gaetz' nomination for Attorney General, several questions demand answers. What if multiple credible witnesses provided evidence of the behavior that would constitute serious criminal violations? So there's more. Leppard represents 2 women who testified behind closed doors to the committee this year. Gaetz, President-elect Trump's congressional ally, resigned from the House on Wednesday just hours after Trump tapped him as the next Attorney General. I mean, of course, he has to give up that obligation. He has a bigger obligation. The former congressman has repeatedly denied wrongdoing in a multi-year probe into allegations that he had sexual relations with a minor. The DOJ closed its investigation last year and did not press criminal charges against Gaetz. Merrick Garland's DOJ cleared Matt Gaetz and didn't charge him. A spokesperson for Gaetz told The Hill, "Are you alleging Garland is part of a cover-up?" The House Ethics Committee's probe into Gaetz kicked off in 2021 regarding various allegations including illicit drug use and sexual misconduct. Before Gaetz was selected by Trump to potentially become the nation's top law enforcement official, the committee scheduled a Friday meeting where they would decide if they would release its findings. Sorry, fellas. Almost done. Sources confirmed to The Hill that the slated meeting was canceled, but the panel could still release the findings, despite some GOP members, including Speaker Mike Johnson, being against it. The fact-finding committee has 10 members. If he's going to... I can't read, fellas. I'm sorry. If he's going to continue through that process, I think the ethics report needs to come out. Representative John Dort told The Hill, who's a Republican. I just don't want an attorney general who's compromised. With that kind of a report hanging out there, that could be used to compromise him. Gaetz' selection could be the next top cop has shocked many lawmakers and officials in Washington, which is true, with some Republican senators expressing concern that he might not be able to get confirmed through the upper chamber. He's got an uphill to climb, Senator Joni Ernst, Republican from Iowa, said. And so this is very interesting. Obviously, Matt Gaetz does have this baggage, and he allegedly did have sex with a minor, right? And so this is very interesting. This is Kevin McCarthy, who was the former Speaker of the House, who was pushed out by a couple of Republicans in Congress, Matt Gaetz being the leading cause. I still don't understand why they pushed him out. I think that they thought that he was anti-America, whatever, but listen to what Kevin McCarthy said about Matt Gaetz. And it's not just this clip. He's called him a pedophile on PBD.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so just listen to what Kevin McCarthy says about Matt Gaetz.
Well, he looks very unhinged. I mean, a lot of people have concerns about him. And I'm not sure if he was on something, but I do hope he gets the help that he needs. But more importantly, I hope the young women get the justice they deserve when it comes to him.
I mean, you're referring to the House Ethics Committee investigation that is ongoing.
Yeah, with his partner in jail because they paid underage women for sex and drugs. Yeah.
He's unhinged. Look at that. Okay?
I mean...
So, but here's the thing. Matt Gaetz... Here's why I say it's like, I don't know how to feel about him.
Right.
Here's him talking about women who are protesting at abortion rallies.
Like, why is it that the women with the least likelihood of getting pregnant are the ones most worried about having abortions? Nobody wants to impregnate you if you look like a thumb.
Is it safe to say that based off of your comments, you're suggesting that these women at these abortion rallies are ugly and overweight?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you say to people who think that those comments are offensive?
Be offended.
I mean, I can't lie.
Come on.
Pretty fire.
Come on.
Pretty fire. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't want to joke if this guy is a pedophile.
Yeah,
but
so
ultimately, like, if you're Donald Trump, why are we going this route of picking guys with baggage? We said the exact same thing with everybody on the left, like with Tim Walz with the baggage of, being a liar. And everything that he lied about, like, why are we picking now people with baggage?
I just don't know. Like, I understand that Merrick Garland didn't find anything. They didn't prosecute him. But it's just odd that you still have that. Hey, again, Gaetz is a very anti-woke guy.
Right.
So I like him in that respect. But just, I don't know. Maybe... There's a chance that he might not even get confirmed. Yeah, because he has to be questioned by all the Senate.
I mean, everybody has a chance of being, not being confirmed. I mean, there's a chance that Tulsi doesn't even get confirmed. It all just depends.
And we'll talk about her too. But here's something that I really. Oh, dude, we got a lot.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the big ones, but here's something that I really, really like. So Trump appointed Pete Hegseth as the defense secretary.
Yeah,
you'll know him from Fox and Friends. You'll know him from Fox News. He has a couple shows on their streaming service, or at least one that I know of. He's on numerous podcasts. Right, great pick. I really like this pick.
He's an American.
Dude, he's an American. So the people on The View, the women on The View were insulting him, saying that he's not qualified, even though he's earned 2 Bronze Stars, did 2 tours in Afghanistan and Iraq. So over here, we'll talk about, we'll read off what they have for him. So Trump pledged to fire generals involved in the 2021 Afghanistan withdrawal and to eliminate the woke initiatives that focus on diversity, equity in the military. The choice of Hegseth came as a surprise, even to some Trump allies, as the Fox commentator was not among the names considered in the running for the job. Dude, I love this. I love that they went out of the box here. Pete is somebody who, I mean, watched him essentially growing up. He's an American. He loves this country. He wants to get rid of the woke shit. He just wants to get back to the America that we used to be.
Right. I agree. I mean, there's a lot to be said about, who he elected. I forgot to put the sign back up.
Put the sign back up.
Sorry, Pete. The American.
The American.
I mean, there's a lot to be said about picking somebody outside the box like this. And like you said, the women on The View and everybody, they just kind of took it and ran with it. And they said, all he does is on Fox and Friends, and he's just a TV personality. And it's like,
bro, they're hating on him for being a Christian too, because he has a Christian, he has a cross. I think it's on this side.
He's got like
chest.
4 crosses or something like. He's got a tattoo there, and I saw on Twitter somebody thought those were swastikas.
No,
dude, you roll your eyes at it. Like,
we still have freedom of religion in this country. Don't do that.
Right.
But I think he'll do. Really, I think he'll do well. People were saying that they took away this guy that was so qualified. But I mean, you look at our military. It's just.
You look at the people that. What you actually look at what Trump is doing, and he's building the next generation of Republicans. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna fade away, and you have people like, I mean, RFK's older, but he's not old.
No,
so you have people like he's introducing RFK. I mean, we'll get into the list, but I mean, everybody that he's introducing is young.
And we'll talk about that too. But here's one that I'm not really sure of either. Like I said, it's a mixed bag. So Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is who he chose. If you don't know Kristi Noem, she's the governor of South Dakota. She was recently involved in a controversy where she admitted to killing her dog. That's not great. That's not great. Right here, so having served as South Dakota governor since 2019, Kristi Noem is a loyal Trump ally and would help oversee his immigration crackdown in a second term. She was also in consideration for Trump's running mate before early excerpts of her book revealed she killed her hunting dog 20 years ago. Again, I don't know why you would say that. I don't know why you would admit
I don't know
to
why
that.
you would write it in a book.
Why would you put that in a book?
Why'd you put that in the book, Chris?
I don't understand. Maybe she was trying to just, I don't even know. Why would you say that?
Why would you put that in the book?
There's a clip also going around of her telling, I don't even know who she's addressing, but she's giving a speech, and she's saying that we will make laws that make anti-Semitic slurs illegal.
Where's the fun in that?
That's, well, even that. It's still freedom of speech as long as you're not inciting violence. I don't think that we should start making laws.
You can't pinpoint it because that's exactly what we had an issue with the left.
That's literally what the left was doing. And now there's sections of the right that are starting to, for lack of a better term, no, not for lack of a better term, they're starting to enforce thoughts and ideas that would eliminate the criticism of Jewish people, or what people would call anti-Semitic speech. Whether it's right or not, if we're making something hate speech, we're doing exactly what the left has been doing for a decade.
Right.
I don't think that's the right way to go. I don't think we should make laws against anti-Semitic speech. Why not just combat it with better speech?
I mean,
that's what Joe Rogan has been saying for the past 5 years.
Right.
I just don't understand, and I never will. So I don't know. Kristi Noem, I mean, like we read, right? Her job is going to be to crack down on border security. I'm sure she'll do a fine job. I don't really have an opinion other than the free speech thing. But Robert Kennedy Jr., how about that? Trump appoints him to Health and Human Services Secretary. Holy hell.
This is exciting.
We get a Kennedy back in the White House.
Yeah.
We get a Kennedy back in the White House.
I swear. I hope he gets through. Keep Gates, keep Rubio back. Let RFK through the gates. Let him run wild.
It's a big position.
Let him run wild, dude.
So Democrat turned independent Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is an anti-vaccine activist and environmental lawyer from the storied family of Democratic politics. He suspended his own presidential campaign and pledged his support to Trump in August, which was awesome.
Which was one of the first videos
our first episode back.
Yeah.
Kennedy founded one of the most
that
prominent.
was electric.
Yep. He founded one of the most prominent anti-vaccine groups in the country and has promoted the debunked claim that childhood vaccines cause autism. We're not going to talk about that. We don't want to get banned. He has vowed to purge entire departments at the Food and Drug Administration to root out corruption. Yes.
Yeah.
Do it.
That's a big one.
Do it. We are so excited. Shide.
Is RFK going back in the White House? RFK day one in the White House. The maid.
Donald. There's so much that we have to do, Donald. Take the Diet Coke out of your hand. Donald, you're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. Take the Diet Coke out of your hand, Donald.
Slow down.
Donald.
Slow down, Bobby.
Donald, get that Coke out of your hand.
It doesn't start with me, Bobby.
Have a
It
glass
doesn't
of
start
water.
with me. It doesn't
Donald.
start with me. Think about the children, Bob. Think
Donald,
about
the children are dead. You're killing yourself. You're killing your children.
Not to mention, we didn't even talk about him being at UFC.
I mean, he was there.
Yeah, we talked about him being there, but
there.
oh my God, it was electric with him.
It was electric. Listen, dude, I have so much hope for RFK and just everything that he's going to do. My whole family yesterday was saying, oh, RFK is going to make us skinny. Like, I don't think our family is going to get skinny.
Push Ozempic.
But, I mean, you talk about just Fruit Loops in our country, dude. In Canada, our Fruit Loops are illegal. In Canada, the Fruit Loops have 3 ingredients. Here, I believe there's 22.
Yeah,
just all the dyes and the artificial, the preservatives and all of the shit. Get it out because FDA, all these companies, dude, they just want to make money.
Right, I agree with you, and that's why. I mean, that was honestly I think that was one of the big reasons that RFK had such a following was the health thing, and then he brought all that over to Trump.
Did you see too? All of the big pharma stocks now plummeted ever since he was put in as the Health and Human Services Secretary.
Right.
all of them,
right?
Because they know he's going to come after them. And regardless of what you think about jabs, because we're not going to say the actual word, because I don't want to get censored. I don't want to get demonetized. But regardless of what you think about jabs, you have to understand that they're not really going through trials to make sure they're safe. There's 72 for children, and I just don't think that 72 is a good thing to put in a child over. Right, it's 72 on the childhood schedule.
Yeah, and I saw somebody on Twitter saying how, or X, excuse me. I always call it Twitter. But I saw somebody saying how better get your kids vaccinated. Better get your kid jabbed now. Because after RFK is in, he's just going to do away with jabs, and it's like that's not what's going to fucking happen.
He just wants to make sure they're all safe,
and he has to investigate all of that first. It's not like day one he's going to be like, "Yeah, we're just going to get rid of this one, this one, this one."
That's not good. You're not gonna. People are saying that polio is going to come back. Regardless, just be open-minded to cutting back the fat of big government and all of this stuff that may not be necessary. We don't know. We both have an open mind. We don't know. We're not doctors.
Exactly.
But this guy has been involved in litigation against these companies for decades and has won. So, and he published that book, The Real Anthony Fauci, talking about how Fauci was behind the AIDS epidemic.
Yeah, there's
and
a
how
lot
he's
of
responsible
shit
for all this shit. And bro, guess what? Nobody sued him for defamation.
Right.
The book is still out there, so he has to be onto something. Anyway, so we talk about it right here. Next up, Interior Secretary Doug Burgum. When North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum endorsed Trump after ending his own presidential bid earlier this year, developed a strong political and personal relationship with the president-elect. He was among the finalists to serve as his running mate. Burgum has ties to oil and gas industry and is expected to play a central role in Trump's push to increase oil drilling and energy production. Listen.
Drill, baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill. That's going to bring us a lot of prosperity. It's going to bring us a lot of jobs and money. I like Doug Burgum. I never had a problem with Doug Burgum. I personally didn't want to be president. He's not a one, but he definitely feels like somebody that could be like, a supporting cast guy.
Yeah, like a 4, 5, 6 coming off the bench.
Yeah. I like that pick. Energy Secretary Chris Wright. Not going to lie, I have no clue who the hell this is, so this is going to be interesting. Wright is a CEO of Liberty Energy. That's who he is. A fracking and oil field services company well as a Trump donor. In addition to the role of Energy Secretary, Trump said Wright would serve on a newly formed Council of National Energy being led by his nominee for Interior Secretary, Doug Burgum. The Energy Department oversees oil and gas production and exports as well as the nation's nuclear weapons program. That's who he is. Okay, well,
so we're good.
That's fine, whatever. Here we go.
Baby
Tulsi
girl.
Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence. Thank you, Trump, first off, for actually putting her in.
Dude,
thank you.
That was all I wanted. I just wanted a spot for her. You know what I mean?
Her and
I just
RFK.
wanted a spot for
her and RFK. So this is part of that unity ticket. Tulsi Gabbard, who I would love. We've said this many times. We said this before she became a Republican. I would feel so patriotic to make Tulsi Gabbard the first female president of the United States.
And that's picking up steam because I said something about that to my own mother who said she heard it on the radio. So it's like it's going full circle. It's an actual thought. So it'll be nice to see what happens, in the next 2 elections, I'd say.
Before leaving the Democratic Party in 2022, Tulsi Gabbard served 4 terms as a Democratic congresswoman from Hawaii and made a run at the Democratic presidential nomination in 2020. She was also chair of the DNC.
And she murdered Kamala Harris.
Oh, yeah. She is a National Guard veteran who served 2 tours of duty in the Middle East and has been long critical of the Democratic establishment, especially of the U.S. engagement in wars in that region.
Yep.
She officially became a Republican earlier this year and is on Trump's transition team.
Electric.
Bro.
Electric.
This is why I have faith in this cabinet. And ultimately, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Even though there's people like Marco Rubio and a couple other people that we'll talk about who are more or less war hawks, and I don't know if they're America first. You get people like Tulsi Gabbard there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, Tulsi is anti-establishment, anti-foreign war. She is America first to a T.
Right. I mean, this is
We'll
one.
be fine.
This is one that we talked about that is just again electric, good, perfect.
We'll be fine.
Again, same with this pick.
John Ratcliffe?
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, next up, but just to finish off Tulsi, I'm so encouraged with that. I can't wait to see what she's going to do. People are saying she's a Russian asset. Pisses me off because I'm pretty sure there's no credible evidence of that at all.
No.
And they just hate her because she comes after the establishment. So fuck them.
Yeah.
Next up, CIA Director John Ratcliffe. John Ratcliffe, who served as Director of National Intelligence for about 8 months at the end of Trump's first term, has been selected to lead the CIA for his second. He was previously Congressman of Texas. Trump, in a statement, called him a warrior for truth and honesty with the American public. Ratcliffe also served as a member of Trump's impeachment team during the Democrats' first effort to boot the then president out of office. Yeah, fine with me. Fine with me.
Yeah.
I mean,
just because he was around for the first time, he's one of the people that didn't burn Trump. I mean, that was why I was just excited to see him come back.
Yeah, you want to have people that are loyal.
Right, absolutely. So, I mean, we could probably just buzz through these ones.
Yeah. EPA Director Lee Zeldin. Okay, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
UN Ambassador Elise Stefanik. I've heard her name. Cool, whatever. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee. This is another one where I'm like, do we have to?
Yeah.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
I mean, I get that we need an ambassador to Israel. We need somebody that's going to keep good relations. They're still our ally. But Mike Huckabee has also taken a bunch of money from AIPAC, and I just don't know if that's somebody that we want to have in the cabinet. I'm just not sure.
Again, it's just somebody with baggage, and somebody that can get some eyebrows raised. But, I mean, hey.
Let's read this. President-elect selected former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee for what will be a major diplomatic role amid heightened tensions in the Middle East. Huckabee, who led the Bear State from 1996 to 2007, has never held a diplomatic post previously, but at times weighed in on the war in Gaza. He told News Nation, by the way, love News Nation.
Yeah.
He told News Nation that he did not see a reason to support an Israel-Hamas ceasefire, and that the only way to end the war would be to eradicate the terrorist group. That sounds reasonable.
I mean, it does. It does.
Continuing on, Trump has urged Israel to finish the problem in the fight against Hamas following its October 23 attacks, even as he has been critical of how the country has carried out the military campaign. So we'll see. I don't know. Mike Huckabee, like I said, has taken money
he's
from
one of
AIPAC.
the toss-ups. That's really the only thing is the AIPAC money that
Yeah, because you don't want to have a foreign country influence your politicians by way of making donations to them, paying them. It just doesn't. I don't like it. That's all.
Yeah.
But I mean, Mike Huckabee. He ran for president before. He seems like a likable guy. Like I said, former governor. But we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles. Great
This is
pick.
a crazy one.
By the way, the liberal media, who I feel like they've went away now, and I feel like the real villains are the
They
people.
really have. But speaking of liberal media, I mean, have you seen like Harry Sisson and all those boys are still active?
They're still active.
They're still active.
I thought they disappeared into thin air.
No, I love it. I love it. Everybody's hating on him, like him and that other one kid. I can't think of his name, but like they're saying that like that honestly, like they single-handedly helped that like freshly 18 to 21 vote for Trump because they were just annoying. But anyways, back to
Susie Wiles. So you wouldn't know if the Democratic media establishment, who is almost dead, they're literally almost dead. They wouldn't tell you. Trump appointed the first female White House Chief of Staff in history, Susie Wiles. Well respected as a political operative, Susie Wiles spent the past 2 years co-running Trump's campaign. She will become the first woman to serve as a White House Chief of Staff. But Trump is sexist. And he's also Hitler.
Yeah.
Wiles, who was among the people Trump thanked after his 2024 victory, was largely behind-the-scenes figure during his run. She also worked for Senator Rick Scott of Florida and Florida Governor DeSantis, and was a deputy director during former President Reagan's 1980 campaign.
But he's sexist.
We love that. But he's sexist.
But he's
and
sexist.
he's
Why would he do
Hitler
that?
too.
Why would he do that?
More. We have a couple more. Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy, Stephen Miller. Okay, whatever. Border czar, Tom Homan.
Homan.
Oh
Tom
my
God.
Homan.
Can we talk about Tom Homan for a minute?
We love Tom Homan here at the Luke Pipala Show.
The clip of Tom, that's what we should have had, was the clip of Tom Homan just absolutely torching AOC.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we
Let's
can
try and find it.
But like, dude, it's just, you want to talk about border czar Kamala Harris for the last 4 years compared to fucking border czar Tom Homan.
Dude,
like
Tom Homan is not going to put up with any shit, first of all.
No, absolutely not.
Any shit. He is, you want to talk about somebody that loves this country and is patriotic and is not going to put up with any nonsense. It's Tom Homan.
Right. I mean, that was, and I think that's exactly why Trump picked him, because that's exactly who Trump needed in that position. He wants to make the border secure. And there's nobody, like, I mean, I don't even know if the clip will load, but there's nobody better than somebody who is speaking the truth. Yes, it does suck if you have to split up families during deportation, but at the end of the day, you have to do the exact same thing if someone's doing something illegal as a United States citizen. You have to take them to jail, take them away from their kids. Like, that's what pisses me off so much is everybody's like, oh, well, you're splitting up families. So it's like, oh, so if I just go in like 8, like me and 8 of my family members are going illegally to go do something. Like,
and that's the thing, too. And also nobody talks about, and we will play that clip in a second, but nobody talks about, too, the 300,000 missing children from these these South American countries, right, and Mexico, too. They've just disappeared.
After coming across the border, 300,000 unaccounted for, gone.
And it doesn't seem like anybody in the Democratic mainstream establishment media gives a shit.
No.
Which is crazy. You want to talk about protecting people. You want to talk about families. Fine. This literally impacts them.
Right.
Where did these kids go?
Right. And, like, realistically, the only people that I've heard talk about this issue is, like, I mean, I hate to say it, but like Alex Jones, they've mentioned it on Fox News, and they've done, but Alex Jones,
but it's
Tucker
not a popular
Carlson,
thing in Fox News. You know what
it's
I mean?
not a popular thing in mainstream media. But you look at these other weird media outlets where it's Tucker Carlson, and you're talking about. I mean, I've seen Turning Point, Charlie Kirk do that or talk about it. I've seen. I mean, who were we just talking about? Fucking.
I forget.
God damn it. Well, Alex Jones.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
Like that's. We're continuing to see it be from this non-mainstream side of things, and it's just slipping away. Like, what is happening to these kids?
And this is why we love Tom Homan. Probably his best pick, if it's not RFK or Tulsi. This is why we love Tom Homan for getting back on that, being the head of the border. So here's him in AOC, and he was being questioned by AOC sometime in the first Trump administration, but now he is once again the head of the border, in charge of all the borders are, and this is why we love him. So here we go.
3 different options presented. The third included the option for family separation. This initiative would pursue prosecution of all amenable adults, including those presenting with a family unit. Mr. Homan, your name is on this. Is this correct?
Yes, I signed that memo.
So you are the author of the family separation policy?
I am not the author of this memo.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo.
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
So you provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation.
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation was option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation, of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Yup.
Yeah.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Thank you.
Yep.
Zero tolerance was interpreted that separated children from their.
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from
Homan,
his
with
family.
all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way.
Thank you.
Boom.
God.
Boom.
AOC.
Come on.
And AOC's getting red pilled a little bit.
Do we want to talk about it?
A little bit.
All right. What? Riff a little bit. Let me pull it up.
Well, I mean, she had those videos that everything that she was saying in those videos, but I was talking about how she took her pronouns out of her Twitter bio.
Yes, she did. So AOC was talking about, she was reaching out to, I think it was like Republicans or independents who voted for Trump, saying like, what podcasts do you listen to? I want to know. I want to understand a little bit, which is cool, whatever. But then AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, however you pronounce her name. I don't want to sound racist there.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She took her pronouns out of her Twitter bio, her X bio. This is crazy. Here it is. So hopefully it loads, right? So this is when she had her pronouns in her bio, right? U.S. Representative, New York 14, Bronx and Queens, in America, more, blah, 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 blah. She, her. Okay. Now, if you look, what does it say? Personal account. Takes no lobbyist money. Personal account. What?
Thank you.
Look, she, her.
Personal account.
She, her.
Yeah.
And now
Personal account. And now it just says personal account.
Gone.
Are those her? Is personal and account her new pronouns? Is she just going mega woke?
I think, Shide, that all these people on their left are seeing that the woke shit isn't going to help them win elections.
Right.
And she's somebody that wants to be the president of the United States. I'm sorry, listen, she has some ideas that are completely batshit crazy.
Yeah, she's not.
But also, I kind of like a couple of her ideas in terms
she's
of
not
the
bad.
anti-corruption shit. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's the thing. Like, I think she might be sniffing the waters as a Democrat and saying, maybe there is a little bit of corruption. Where's the missing money from Kamala's campaign? And,
dude,
all this shit. So, I mean, if she does, in fact, somehow get red-pilled and switch over, I would vote for a woman. I think I would vote for a double woman ticket. In 2028, being Tulsi and AOC. Could you fucking imagine?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if that'll. Wow, I don't know.
Who run the world, girls?
I do not know if that'll. I really don't know if that'll happen, and we'll talk about this in a second. But I don't know if that'll happen. AOC's still like a democratic socialist at heart, so I don't agree with that. But like, I definitely like all the people in the Democratic Party going back to the center a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, so is AOC getting red pilled? I don't know. People are saying she's pregnant online. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
That's for their hormones.
That's a whole nother thing. Who knows? We'll see. But regardless, that doesn't matter. But this is very interesting. Her taking the pronouns out of the bio. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of AOC, somebody that worked on this person's campaign, Bernie Sanders, the #1 Democratic Socialist in America, has now not only went against the Democratic establishment, but he's also trying to work with Donald Trump.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Look at this here. So from Leading Report, breaking, Senator Bernie Sanders said he looks forward to working with Trump to cap credit card interest rates at 10% and stop big banks from making record profits by charging Americans 25 to 30% interest rates. What do you think about that, Ryan Scheidman?
I think that we're watching the crazy far left corrupt the regular Democrats, and I think that is why we're watching these Democrats fade, and start to kind of itch Donald Trump a little bit.
I know.
I mean, that's really all I have to say about it. Like, I think that's ultimately that has to be what the driving force is for the Democrats. It has to be that radical left that seems to be taking over and seems to be what the mainstream Democrat is the radical left. And so all these regular people who were like, hey, I was a Democrat, now it's batshit crazy left, So even if they don't become full-blown Republicans, which most of these people won't, it's at least nice to see it go from crazy far left to, a little bit more central.
I definitely agree. And one more thing in terms of that, too, speaking of former Democrats. So Elon Musk, or the one other, we're not going to talk about all the Trump cabinet positions, right? There's some we agree with, some we disagree with.
Yeah.
But the one I'm most excited for is the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, Elon Musk, and Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Because I love that.
I mean, this was these were two people that we really wanted inside of the cabinet in some way, and it's not going to be an actual, branch of not branch of government, but division. Like, it's going to be its own thing. Is it going to be privately funded?
And that's what I don't know. I'm not sure. Ultimately, we will see.
Yeah.
But it is just so crazy that this thing actually happened. And believe it or not, they actually have a Twitter account.
Yes, I already follow it.
Oh, I follow it too. But I mean, it's just, and we'll show everybody here. We'll play it for you. We won't play it for you, but we'll put it up on the screen.
It's so funny how it's just like stock pictures.
Yeah, legit. That's all it is. So right here, the Department of Government Efficiency, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy on Twitter. Their Twitter profile page. They just joined in probably like a week ago. They made this account. Already 1.7 million followers. Dude, it is so crazy. So they're just posting stats, right? So in 1955, there were less than 1.5 million words in the U.S. tax code. This is crazy. I had no clue. Today, there are more than 16 million words. Because of this complexity, Americans collectively spend 6.5 billion hours preparing and filing their taxes each year. This must be simplified. Crazy. The next one. We are very grateful to the thousands of Americans who have expressed interest in helping us at Doge, that's kind of funny. It's kind of funny they made it Doge. We don't need more part-time idea generators. We need super high IQ small government revolutionaries working 80-plus hours a week in an unglamorous cost cutting. Sorry. If that's you, DM this account with your CV. Elon and Vivek will review the top 1% of applicants. Wow.
Did you see the first comment on that?
Yeah. That's crazy. This is all crazy. I can't believe this is actually happening. We're actually going to have a government or part of the government that's going to be like cut out.
Right. I mean, I hope so. We don't have the exact stats, but I mean, we just saw that the Pentagon failed another audit. They have never passed an audit.
And that's another thing too.
I don't understand. I don't understand. If some businesses don't pass an audit, they get shut down. But the Pentagon is losing like $200 million or $500 million. Like, it's money is going away, and you don't just lose that money, dude.
I don't understand it all. Like you said, any business. I run a business, right? This will be eventually. This show will be a profitable business.
Yeah, won't you pay us to do this?
Yeah, please. It's just I don't understand how an organization can continuously lose money, or they have an accounting error. And just not trillions, but maybe billions of dollars, millions of dollars are just unaccounted for.
I mean, it adds up now, so I don't know what it is.
We can understand. We can kind of make guesses. Maybe it's going to people in corrupt places, corrupt politicians, lobbyists, whatever. But I just don't understand how all this money that we are paying the government through our taxes is getting lost.
It makes no sense. How are we losing that kind of money? Life-changing money. $200 million. That's probably just an extra $1 million to every person that works. You know what I mean?
We call systems of government like this overseas oligarchies.
Yeah.
Russia is an oligarchy.
Right.
It's just so funny how we're so quick to point the finger at Russia for corruption, and yet we never point inward because these people are all owned by the oligarchs in this country.
Right, but you want to know why I think that they're able to get away with this stuff? Is just like, this is not mainstream media. This is not like, like if you really think of this country, and like, yes, people do take in the news and whatnot, but like for them to be able to never pass an audit, that just means that like, are they controlling the media? Are they pushing out a story on Diddy when they're doing
that's a
all
whole
this
other
shit?
thing, dude. That's a whole other thing.
But are they pushing out, the Epstein stuff so that they can get away with doing stuff, or are they controlling the media and what's going on? Are they?
They're showing us The View more than we would like.
Oh my Christ! Who watches The View?
They're showing us The View more than we would like to make us mad and rile us up.
Yes, and to make us horny for Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh my gosh, that's another thing. Okay, but I don't know. I don't know what happens there. I hope they're able to.
Yeah, that was a rabbit hole. Sorry.
I hope they're able to cut down on that, and I think they will. I want to transition because this isn't even viral. It just came up, and I thought we should revisit it. So here's an ad. I believe it was 2000, somewhere around 2000. It's an anti-smoking ad, and for everybody that's seen it, I mean, it's gonna be a good laugh. But I just want to revisit it, like 25 years later. And just think about, this was on TV. I believe this was a national commercial on TV. So we're just going to play it for you.
I don't know that
it's very funny. Oh, it could not be played. Hold on one second. I don't know what's happening here. We're trying to, here we go. Okay, so once again, let me just real quick. We're going to backtrack. So this, once again, folks, this was a commercial, an anti-smoking commercial back in like sometime early 2000s, and I just want everybody to realize that this was on TV, and they played this, and this was normalized. So it's good, it's funny, but it's crazy that they played this. So it came up in my feed, and I wanted to play it on the show. So here we go.
Or are they gay? It's okay to smoke.
Was that real?
Yes, and look at the bottom, okay? Look at the bottom real quick. Look at the bottom, okay? So you guys,
brought to you by
you're not going to be able to see it that well because it has the line. It says, brought to you by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC, right? The CDC, yeah. The CDC made this commercial.
Are we sure this is real?
This was real. This came up. Okay, let's look back to when The Onion was funny. Yeah, this wasn't The Onion. Such a vibe, right? The past is a different world. Is he puffing on? Oh boy, we're not gonna put that up. These commercials, right? I can't tell if this is an ad from my childhood or an example of what people shouldn't say. People, look at this, dude. This is crazy, right?
Are you sure this was real in the early 2000s?
Yes, I'm pretty sure this was real. I think I remember seeing this. Oh gosh.
Oh,
we're not gonna post.
We're gonna
all that.
see gay.
We're not gonna post all that. But like, yeah, like legit, this was an ad back then, talking about preventing smoking. They used to call everything gay. I still call everything gay.
I mean, yeah.
But like everything. So I'm pretty sure this was real, but it's just so funny because pretty sure I remember seeing this. Maybe this is the Mandela effect, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing this on TV as a commercial.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's a whole thing.
That's fucking crazy.
But okay, speaking of another commercial that is really pissing people off, we have the AI revolution, right? We have everything that's going on with major corporations, and just using AI for their benefit. I mean, listen, they want to save money, and that's fine. Well, Coca-Cola is under fire. Usually they have an annual Christmas commercial, but this year they have it, but AI created it, and AI created it in its entirety. So we'll play it for you guys, and then we'll react. I mean, it looks good.
Holidays are coming, holidays are coming. 'Tis the season, it's always Coca-Cola.
That's cool.
All cool. AI.
So it took them 15 minutes to make?
Maybe not even. Well, it said created by AI in the bottom left corner, but bro, that did not look like AI.
No, it looked very real. But are they under fire for what? Just using AI and
yes,
not actually going through the rigmarole of shooting a?
Yeah, so they're under fire because they created this with AI, and they, as a result, however many people didn't have a job,
right?
And didn't get to create and didn't make money.
And it's like, it's just this new form that everybody's uncomfortable with. Like, I'm uncomfortable with AI, especially like that. Like,
Tutti.
Like, I mean, if you really look like, it looks realistic, but I mean, there's one thing to use Chat GPT to, like, cheat on your test, but it's a completely other thing to make a commercial that is going on television.
I think it's really cool.
Out of AI. Do you think we'll see a lot of Super Bowl AI?
I don't know. We might. I mean, we're getting close. But like this,
just how far AI's come is crazy.
Traditionally, Coca-Cola has made a bunch of Christmas commercials that look similar to this. But the fact that this is all AI, I mean, we saw those people too.
Right.
Those two girls and the one guy. Excuse me, get handed a Coke.
Was black.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
No.
But of course the women are white. Anyway, but like
exactly.
Regardless, bro, they looked real.
Yeah.
They looked really real. They looked perfect. Everything looked perfect. And so I don't know, going forward, if you're a business and you want to cut down on costs, things are getting expensive. The economy isn't exactly great right now.
Right.
It's starting to get better, but still, it's not perfect.
Right.
And
also,
so if you want to cut costs, I don't know.
Yeah. Also, for them to be under fire for people not getting a job, like, let's be real here. Okay, you're going to star in the Coca-Cola Christmas commercial, get paid what? Maybe $200,000 to stand? They would have no lines. So the people that are, like, enraged.
Yeah.
Like, what are you enraged about,
this
bro?
Is progress.
Right. Like, these people are getting paid to just be on camera without fucking talking.
It's a little bit scary, yes. Okay, whatever, I understand. But it's also freaking cool.
Yeah.
AI was able to create this thing that looks beautiful. I mean, you talk about the Coca-Cola polar bear, right? You talk about the semis, the village. Everybody's happy. It's a Coke, I believe it's a Coke Zero that they're getting held.
Yeah.
Damn it, handed. Wow. But still, I think it's awesome. Why are we drawing all this outrage to this?
Right.
Why can't we direct the outrage to people in power?
Yeah.
People in power that are oligarchs in our form of government, our system of government, that are taking money from the taxpayers. Why? Because who knows why? Because they're corrupt. I don't get why we don't direct the outrage to the people that deserve the outrage.
I heard that Coca-Cola was trying to cut back on costs because ever since RFK was announced, they're afraid that they're going to get shut down and there's going to be lawsuits and Coca-Cola is going to be shut down.
Donald, you have to get the Diet Coke out of your hand. Donald, we're going to get rid of Coca-Cola in this country. You know, when my uncle was the president, Coca-Cola had 3 ingredients. Now there's 27. It's killing you.
When your uncle was
my
the
uncle's
president
dead
of the United
because of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola murdered my uncle.
They were putting cocaine. In the Coca-Cola. That was one
Donald,
of the 3
there were 3 ingredients. And now it's killing our children. You know, when my uncle was the president of the United States, if you were obese as a child, you were in the circus. Now it's 9 out of every 10 children are fat.
Do you remember when we put that clip up? And everybody was calling me fat. RFK's coming for me. RFK's coming for me. Oh my god.
We gotta hide you in a bunker or something.
Oh my god, you gotta hide.
We gotta hide you in a bunker.
Yeah, you really do. But yeah, they're shutting down because they don't. I mean,
you gotta dress as a panda or something.
Oh, I gotta dress as one of the Coca-Cola bears.
They're gonna come in. Oh my gosh, they're gonna. I can't say what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, okay.
They're gonna come in like Anne Frank. You're gonna be hiding.
Man.
You're gonna be hiding in the attic.
Get that fat fuck! Hey, get him!
You try and run. You trip over a floorboard.
Just scratching at the fucking. No!
You're coming with me, son.
They put you in
You're coming with me, Tubby.
They put you in a labor camp.
Oh man.
They put you in a labor camp. Oh my gosh.
Good morning.
Good morning, you fat.
The first thing you're gonna do. 100 push-ups.
He gets Whoopi Goldberg in a room.
Get up, fat ass, at 7 a.m. It's time to do your sit-ups, bitch.
If you don't finish your sit-ups by 8, you have to fuck Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh gosh. And she's just chained. No, don't do it, please. Don't do it.
Oh god, no. She can't be chained. We gotta cut that.
Finish your sit-ups.
Oh, we gotta cut that. She was just talking about abortion.
Do we have to?
Oh, Sydney Sweeney.
All right, Sydney Sweeney, our last topic of the day, and then we'll shut the fuck up and leave. Sydney Sweeney, I feel like she's on the right.
I feel like she's for the boys, and I feel like if anybody's for the boys, they are 100% on the right. I think she's on the right.
So Sydney Sweeney, let's talk about Sydney Sweeney. This is an article from, you guessed it, the New York Post.
The Post.
We love the Post, and we love this article because it's very interesting about Hollywood.
Yeah.
So Sydney Sweeney calls BS on Hollywood's women empowering other women movement, saying none of it is happening. Interesting. Sydney Sweeney is calling out Hollywood over its women empowering other women movement, calling the whole idea an illusion. The Anyone But You star 27.
Good movie, by the way.
Yeah, very good movie. Spoke about the power dynamic among women in the entertainment industry during an interview with Vanity Fair for the magazine's 2025 Hollywood issue. It's very disheartening to see women tear other women down, she told the outlet in an interview published Wednesday, especially when women who are successful in other avenues of their industry see younger talent working really hard, hoping to achieve whatever dreams they may have, and then trying to bash and discredit any work that they've done. This is true. The entire industry, all people say is women empowering other women. None of it's happening, Sydney Sweeney added. All of it's fake and a front for all the other shit they say behind everyone's back. The Euphoria star went on to share her thoughts on why some women might tear other women down in private while pretending to embrace the virtues of women's empowerment in public. I mean, there's so many studies and different opinions in the reasoning behind it, Sydney Sweeney continued. I've read that our entire lives we are raised, and it's a generational problem, to believe only one woman can be at the top. There's one woman who can get the man. There's one woman who can be, I don't know, anything. So then all the others feel like they have to fight each other or take that one woman down, instead of being like, let's lift each other up.
Yeah.
Sweeney also said that they're still trying to figure it out herself, explaining, I'm just trying my best over here. Why am I getting attacked? Women's empowerment in the entertainment industry, or lack thereof, came up during the Vanity Fair interview in reference to the controversy that blew up earlier this year after a veteran Hollywood producer publicly criticized Sydney Sweeney's acting abilities and her physical performance. Or appearance, not the performance. There's an actress who everybody loves now, Sydney Sweeney. I don't get Sydney Sweeney, producer Carol Bayham said at an April screening of her 1988 film Dead Ringers, according to Daily Mail.
She's hot.
Well, this woman's old. The filmmaker, whose credits include Father of the Bride and Shining Through, I've never seen any of those movies, but whatever, told the audience that she watched Sweeney's 2023 hit romantic comedy Anyone But You. Again, amazing. I thought it was a great film.
Yeah.
On a plane, because she wanted to know who she is and why everybody's talking about her. Bayham called the film unwatchable. She's not pretty and can't act. Hold on. That's right. This producer said that Sydney Sweeney is not pretty and she can't act. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, continuing on. An adjunct professor at USC School of Cinematic Arts, she also recalled asking students in one of her classes to explain Sydney Sweeney's appeal. I said to my class, explain this girl to me. She's not pretty. She can't act. Why is she so hot? Nobody had an answer. She continued. Soon after Bayham's remarks went viral, a rep for Sweeney blasted the producer's comments as shameful, which is true. How sad that a woman in the position to share her expertise and experience chooses instead to attack other women, the rep told the Post. If that's what she learned in her decades in the industry and feels it's appropriate to teach her students, that's shameful. The rep added, to unjustly disparage a fellow female producer speaks volumes about Miss Bayham's character. Bayham received heaps of backlash online and later said she regretted her remarks, telling TMZ that publicly trashing an actor usually isn't her MO. Well, it was her MO here.
Yeah, she went after her, but I mean, honestly,
this is sad, dude.
It was a good movie. I like Sydney Sweeney, and it's not just because of her milks. It's because she is a good actor, and she's also very attractive. And I mean, I think she's confident. That's why she's funny. Does that make sense?
No, even her SNL appearance, bro.
Right, that was what it was.
Regardless of her looks, okay? Say whatever you want about that. But she seems like she's a down-to-earth person. And we've talked about this before on the show, but she said there's always articles that come out about her. She said before how her friends are starting to have kids. They're getting married, having kids. Right. And if she wasn't...
Pro-family?
Yeah, exactly. And that's rare, especially in Hollywood. And she said how, I love my career, but I wish I could be doing this as well.
Right.
Bro, what? You never hear people in Hollywood endorsing pro-family views anymore. And I'm sorry, it's refreshing, dude.
Right. They just end up pregnant and have a kid. You know what I mean?
Anyone
it's never
but
pro-family.
But to your credit, what you were saying, Anyone But You was refreshing. It was a basic romantic comedy.
Yeah.
But why? Because that's what it is. They're not pushing anything. Yeah, it was a lesbian wedding, but it was a fun movie.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a fun movie. It was refreshing, dude. It brought back 2000s nostalgia in terms of romantic comedy movies.
Right, I would agree.
I love Glenn Powell. I love Sydney Sweeney. They're both great actor and actress. But I just don't get the hate. It's because she's successful. That's all it is.
Right. I mean, and at the end of the day, it was a hit, so it doesn't matter what the fuck that lady thought,
But just to say she's not pretty, that's so disrespectful.
That is disrespectful because, I mean, for her to say to her class, she's not a good actor, she's not attractive, she's not hot or something like that. Number one, that is all how you perceive her, Miss Baum or Bayham.
But you're an 88-year-old producer in Hollywood. Why are you doing that?
Right.
I don't get it.
I don't know. She's never gonna. I don't. That's just like talking to you. Imagine that she's 88 years old. That's like me trying to explain TikTok to my grandmother. What are you talking about?
I don't get it.
Why do you have an opinion?
It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, it really. It just doesn't make sense to me. And as we see all the shit about Hollywood continue to come out, because we will, by the way. Yeah. Trump's going to release all the Epstein shit.
Yeah, it's going to be even more now.
He's also going to release the Diddy shit. J.D. Vance has also talked about this too. As we continue to find more stuff out, like the Quiet on the Set documentary and the molestation and abuse of all these children who were working in Hollywood at the time that they were, bro, imagine what's going to come out. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine personally, but
there's got to be stuff that can't come out. There's got to be stuff that just will never come out. People will die before that stuff comes out.
They will kill themselves before that comes out. But legit, bro, I don't understand why we're tearing people like Sydney Sweeney down. Who there's some few of these
She's not even an activist of any side. She took no political side. She's doing her own thing.
Bro, why do we want to tear people like this down that have views that the normal American has?
Right.
Why do we have to have all these so far to the left people in Hollywood preaching about how it's very good to have trans kids and all this stuff, and we should have a wide open border? Charlize Theron has 2 trans kids. What?
Yeah.
I mean, and she adopted both of them.
Well, did you see
Megan Fox is a trans kid.
She has 3 trans kids.
Brad Pitt. I'm sorry.
All her kids are trans, and she's pregnant again.
Are you sure? Okay, listen, I understand those real trans people, and some people have gender dysphoria. Some of it might be a mental issue, whatever. I'm not even going to say it's a mental illness.
Yeah.
But to say that you have multiple children that are trans, are you sure?
Right,
that.
Are you sure that's the thing that makes me uncomfortable.
Choice?
That's what makes me uncomfortable.
Dwayne Wade,
is right, and they're all young, and that's.
It's almost like they're treating it as having a pet dog.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Put a different scarf on it each
Isn't
day.
that weird? I mean, it's very weird.
Yeah.
We talk about it once again. So you got Dwayne Wade, Charlize Theron, Megan Fox, multiple, which is crazy. Did I say Brad Pitt? Okay, Brad Pitt. Who else?
Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's another. He blames Hollywood. He blames the woke mind virus for, he says, killing his son. That just is how it is.
Yeah.
And so we could continue to go down the list, but like I just think that at a certain point, are we allowed to say why? Are we allowed to ask? Is why is this happening with all these Magic Johnson, EJ Johnson? We continue to go down the list of all these famous celebrities that have a trans child, and it's like, are you sure they made that decision?
Right.
And even then, why are we pushing the puberty blockers on children that are under 18? I understand now it's becoming a mainstream narrative even among people on the left to stop this, but like, why are we pushing this? I just don't understand. I'm not trying to discriminate. I'm not trying to say these people are bad. They're not. They're still people. They still have human rights. We get all that. But I'm just saying, why are we pushing this on children?
They don't have an answer for that, because then when you ask that, then they
call you a transphobe.
Right.
And it's been effective for so long, but I'm sorry, bro. All that cancel culture shit is it's basically done. It's going out the window. Anyway, we're gonna talk about the Browns.
Oh, we got the Saints away at 1:00 today.
We're probably gonna take an L. I don't know. Maybe we get a dub. Jameis is going back to New Orleans.
We're going into this minus 125. We are favorites in this, which scares me because whenever the Browns are favorites, they do lose. I do not like this matchup. However, Jameis going back to New Orleans. Nick Chubb back off a bye week. He played, then he had a bye week. Now he's ready to rock and roll. I think the Browns take it by 3 today.
I think also, too, I've been thinking about this a lot. 24-21. Well, maybe. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I disagree, Ryan Shymanel. I think that's going to be 24-10.
Oh,
Browns win. I don't think Derek Carr, I think he's back, but I just don't have confidence in that offense right now.
Okay.
That offense is shot, especially with
I don't have confidence in the Browns defense, and I think Alvin Kamara might have a field day.
I mean, we'll see.
He might put on a masterclass. But it was another great episode. 105, buddy.
It was very, very good. We had an internet issue, but we fixed that, dude. I'm very encouraged with the world. We had 3 clips, long-form clips that blew up. First time ever. I used to want to sell my soul for a video over 1,000 views, and now we just got 3 last week organically. Yeah. So fuck all the people that wouldn't come on the podcast. Fuck Suryat, who actually was... He was like, "Oh yeah, I'll come on." Yeah, and he never come on. No,
what a piece of shit.
It is what it is.
Hey, well, I'm here. And
exactly, you're better than him, bro.
Yeah,
fuck him.
And please pay us.
Yes. Once again, too, if you haven't seen the ad already, please, starting at 99 cents per month, you, the viewer, can support us. How can you support us? Just go to the link in the description right here. All you got to do, just go to the link in the description and you can support us. You can do more than 99 cents per month, or you could do 99 cents per month, but it is less than $1 of coffee. All it is, once a month, right? It's less than $12 per year. All you got to do, you're going to help support us. You can help us to do a bunch of things. Please do it. That's really it.
Yeah, I'm going to pay for my hormone blockers. It's going to help for my gender reassignment surgery.
And you can't beat that.
No.
Especially in this world where it's probably going to get taken away in this country.
For just 99 cents a day, you can...
A month.
A month. You can sponsor my gender reassignment surgery as I chase this wonderful country as a newly respected female.
I mean, hey, listen, you and Whoopi Goldberg. Alrighty.
Woo!
Alrighty. So we'll see you, everybody. Please don't participate in any anti-Semitic hate or Christina will come for you. But yeah, that's basically it. Another great episode. We're very happy. And go Browns. We'll see you.